Hey y'all, I'm back. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a little thing about me. What I've been going through recently. Y'all, my kids are away for the summer. I mean, every child is away. Okay, every child is away. Okay, and their body trained. One is one is fully potty trained. He can take care of himself. He's a big boy. Okay, he might not talk, but he's a big boy. He knows how to get around. Okay. And the other two, they just chilling. The other two just chilling, little kids chilling. For next week, I have my kids again for about a week, and I'm cool with that. I'm 100% cool with that. It is what it is. My mom's going out of town, so my mom's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come back and get them when I come back Monday." I was like, "Cool beans, okay? Bring your ass here." so, um, So I'm gonna have them. My daughter's gonna go away for my aunt's house, just to hang out. So she'll be like a little solo, a little peace, no brothers. But she's gonna be solo. She's gonna, enjoy her little time because y'all, that was my favorite part as a kid, as a teenager kid was going to my aunt's house and just being solo. Didn't have to worry about the terror of home life. Like when I mean home life, it's like it was day in, day out. It's like, oh, I gotta do this again. I gotta clean up. We gotta do chores. I just wanted to relax and have just like peace and not much chaos. Because living at home can be chaotic sometimes. Doesn't matter who you are. Um, so I know that it probably was chaotic for my daughter sometimes. So you go away to like somebody else's house that's chill and mellow and just chill and mellow. That's all my aunt was at the time, and it was nice. Okay, so I told my daughter I want you to do that this year. So she agreed, and that's where we're gonna go. Um, and it's only a week. It's only a week, and I feel like she's going to. I pray that it goes by fast and she enjoys herself. Maybe she might meet like neighborhood people and stuff like that. Maybe, but if she don't, you know, we got like another little cousin that's there, so she can, you know, loosen up my daughter a little bit, just a little bit, not too well, just loosen her up a little bit, like, okay. And maybe, and I was like, my daughter don't act like a typical teenager. Like she's not on her she's on her cell phone, y'all. But it's not like let me social media, let me call this guy or let me go out here. She's not like that. So I would like to see her, come out of that shell, come out of that little shell of hers. But if she don't, she don't. So strong mommy Chrissy over there, starving those damn kids. Let me see if we can pull this up. Let me see. We're going to pull it up for kicks and giggles. Let's see. I want to put it on here. You'll be driving around just faking it till you make it, I guess. You just how you're just faking it till you make it.
Taco Bell's 5, 7, and $9 Lux Grady's boxes. Take a dip with the $5 classic box. Indulge in the $7. Strong mommy Chris.
Let's look at the plate. It's the small things that makes me wonder. Like, I like having nice stuff for my kids. Don't get it twisted. But you put more emphasis on those ices than your kids' meals. Does it look good? Yes. Will I feed something like this to my kids? Yes, I could. But it's a small amount of meat that you give them. You was talking about making yourself some oxtails only for you, but I'm expecting you to, you know, cook some ribs for 9 kids. Well, at least 8. I think Cash is still over there. But I'm expecting you to make at least enough meat for every kid. But this was cut down. This, this was cut down. That was cut down. Where am I at? Right here. That was cut down. And no matter how we look at, the summertime, I always put that in my budget every year. Every year. Put that in my budget. Kids gonna need triple more food than that they had during school time. They're gonna want to eat pancakes and easy food more frequently than home cooked food. And I'm gonna tell you something. The way that boy went to the fruit spoke volumes. Like he know that this is the only thing we have. Now I'm not saying that kids don't can't choose fruit over snacks. I'm not saying that. But we all know that's a struggle. Use winging it. That's a struggle. I would never put pasta and mashed potatoes together on a random day. Would never do that. I'll probably do the pasta salad, maybe some green beans, maybe corn on the cob, but not mashed potatoes. This is a dish that you need to make them full without really feeding them. But you literally gave those kids 2 bites of meat. And y'all, I'm one of those parents. I don't make plates for my kids. Y'all, I don't. I don't. And one, I don't have that many kids. Only kid I make a plate for is the toddler. He can't reach. But baby, when he reach, he's making his own plate. You go and we get the food and sit down and eat as a family. But your kids are old enough to get their own food. You don't want to do that because you don't make enough. I don't understand how you went to the store and bought wine but no vegetables. I'm saying, are you using the crock pot making mashed potatoes, making pasta salad? You could have put some green beans or something on there. Let's look up that price of that wine. It was LXX wine. It must be like a cheap wine. There must be a cheap wine. Because I don't see it nowhere. Yeah, it must be a cheap wine. Might be like a local cheap wine. But you bought that wine. But you didn't buy extra meat. You didn't buy a veggie. I don't know. I don't understand how you bought that wine, but you didn't buy a salad. You didn't buy green beans, broccoli. I don't know. Peas. I know you say you got tomatoes, but tomatoes is now a fruit, not a vegetable. You just do half-ass shit just so it can look good on social media. That's crazy. You do bare minimum for your kids so you can look good on social media. Anybody idolize you is weird. I seen people say, "Oh, that looks good." No, you just gave your kids double starches to fill them up. When Nika feeds her kids beanies and hot dogs, beanies and weenies and uh, rice, is double starch just to fill them up. No value, nothing. That's just to fill them up. Those kids was dancing and chomping down on those little 2 bites you gave them. That's a folk value. You care more about the just the social media look for you than your own damn kid. The worst part about it is, I'm gonna say you probably just started cooking at 4, and the kids had to go look at the timeline. So you probably put it on there about 3. You took the kids out there at 5 o'clock. They came back at 5:30. You barely. What was you doing all day? Because you said the meat wasn't even thawed out. So you basically rush cooked it and then gave it to them. That's the shit I'm talking about. You care more about how you look than actually your children. Weird. But this mama right here gets all the glory, I guess. She's a better baby. She's a better mommy on the sector. No, she just look good. She just make it look good. We don't see her faults until she shows up and make flakes like that. 2 bites, 1, 2. And don't come on here and talk about your kids. Don't eat that much meat, girl. They tear that shit up. That's the first thing they got. Most kids, I guess it's how you train them, right? You teach them how to eat a little bit of everything in the meal, right? Don't just eat your chicken, eat your macaroni and cheese, eat your vegetables. That's how we basically break it down. Like, so by the time your kids, they'll know how to, work their plate. That's how, I learned how to work my plate by, our parents telling us how to work the plate, cut the meat, eat some vegetables, but not Chrissy over there. Those kids, tore down on that meat first. Chrissy probably turned around and said, "Hey y'all, Zoom." Everything was still not touched besides me. Oh, this is good, Mama. I told y'all, Chrissy, all of them, those kids get fed good once a month. Those kids literally get fed good once a month. Once a month, we see it. And the rest of the time, they gotta save. They gotta pinch. You got 9 kids, and all you can do is give each kid 2 bites of a meat. I don't know what was worse, that time that you and Rod got a thick ass steak, and you gave your kids those steakums. That was a for the Philly cheesesteak. She she fried those up and gave it to her kids like it was steak. But her and Rod, they got big ass ribeyes. And I'm like, you had a better chance cutting both of those steaks up and feeding it off for your kids, and then you and Rod could have made Philly cheesesteaks. That's what could have happened. But you didn't want that. You needed to show everybody, hey y'all, this is me and hubby's plate. I know that man over there is eating like a king compared to her kids. And just buying fruit and throwing some sandwiches so it can look good on social media. But if she was doing that shit on the regular without the camera, those kids wouldn't get no part. I'm sorry, I could just look at. I think Nika kids eat more than Chrissy's kids, and that was the end of it. I gotta go to Sky, y'all. So I'll see y'all in a few minutes. All right, bye. And I really said that. I think Nika kids eat more than Chrissy's kids over there. All righty, that's my verdict. Bye.